Artlist.io.
Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop.
Music licensing reimagined.
I fucked up this hustle, baby, we hustle, but the oh my I fucked up this hustle, baby, we hustle, but the oh my what is my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die.
Hey, good morning. This is Jared and Nate over at eCarrierCheck. We're excited to be here live Friday, doing some sales calls. We got Jeff on today, and I'm excited to talk to him here in a little bit.
What's up, everybody?
Nate, what's happening, brother? How was your week, man? What? Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's been a good week. Jeff and I were kind of catching up before we went live here. We're talking about the weather. He got some snow. He's up in Montreal, but we're over here in Nebraska. We had some rain, but it's been a good week. I'm really glad to have Jeff on today because my week's been a lot about sales. I've been trying to help countless brokers find, just leads to shippers, and Jeff's going to give us a really good example on how to, talk to shippers and how to work a cold lead or stuff like that. So that's kind of what my week was like. So I'm really jazzed.
I love that. I know I had the opportunity to make some calls with some local brokers here on Wednesday, and man, it was rapid fire. We were literally sitting in a conference room, square table. The phones just literally one hangs up, the next one goes, and it was the most just boom exhilarating thing to be on, and I'm excited about that. So
really quick before we keep going. We met Jeff at TIA on this boat. We're on our way to where were we going to?
We're going over to Universal Studios.
Universal Studios. We met Jeff and was it Raphael, right?
Yeah, Raph, yeah.
Yeah, on the boat. Jeff, you were a great time on the boat. It was really cool to just meet you. You and Raphael had a really good vibe on the boat, and Jeff was like, "Hey, get me on the show. I'll make calls." I didn't even ask. It's like, "Get me on the show. Let's do it." So thanks again for being here, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Jeff, tell us your story, man. Obviously, you're with Journey Freight. Give us a rundown. How big is Journey? How long have you been doing this? What's going on?
Journey Freight. First of all, incredible company. We're based here. We're based here in Montreal. This is where it was founded, 1998. So we're coming up on 25 years. I'll be with the company 23 years.
Good for you.
It's crazy. I know. I mean, but it's just been honestly, just like an easy place to work and grow. And that's all we've done for the last, as long as I've been here for 23 years. And the company started. So we started here in Montreal, and then we made contacts in Quebec City, which is north of Montreal. It's like a unique environment there, very French, very kind of specialized. So we put an office in there, and there's a gentleman named Martin that runs it, and he's awesome. So he runs that unit. And now we've opened an office as well in Toronto. It's been there a while, but we've really stepped it up. So it has a whole international team and a freight sales team, and those guys are rolling. And we also have a large office in Philadelphia, which is more of an operations center, which I'll talk to you guys a little more. We've opened a sales center there as well, which is new. It's only been a few weeks. I was down there, I guess 3 weeks ago to start it up and get the team fired up and making cold calls, and they were great. Learning all the tricks. So Journey is the best. So we're a freight broker. We have no trucks, no assets. We have an international division, actually quite a large international division with agents all over the world. So we could do international freight, whether it's from Canada to anywhere in Europe, China, Asia, wherever, and as well back to wherever it needs to go. We have a licensed customs broker in Journey right here in Montreal. So anything that's got to clear into the country, anything into Canada, we got a direct line with the government. We'll clear it for you. No problem.
That's huge.
That's awesome.
That's really huge.
Yeah, it's really big. And we're up to about 150 employees now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. Journey's rolling, and it's just a great team. I mean, there's no one, you come in every day and it's like a giant, good morning, everybody. Everybody's high-fiving. In our office, we have a bell. So anytime there are new customers on board, we ring the bell and everybody's clapping and cheering. It's just a great place to be, and good people all around.
Yeah, you really do need those, like what you just said. You have that bell. You really need stuff like that to kind of just keep the momentum going. For being a freight broker is not an easy job. We talk to countless just people getting in this industry, not knowing what they're going to get into. It's not an easy job. So I love what you guys do over there. Sounds like a really cool, environment. That's awesome.
Yeah, Jeff, I have to commend you. 150 people is a lot, man. Like, where do you fall into that niche? You've been there for a while. Do you oversee the sales side of it? Do you oversee just the general manager aspect of things?
Our company we have it broken down a little bit. We have some veterans here that have been with the company like just as long as me, and their salespeople. They report directly to the owner.
Okay.
And they basically have their own teams. They run it. These people are amazing. They just run their own show. Then I follow in the next category where I think there's probably about 75 people in our group, and maybe 40 of them are salespeople. So, and they fall in a bunch of different categories. So I have sales development teams, I have account manager teams, and then I have some guys that are just taking care of business that we hand off to them.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's unique managing all of them, but the funnest part are the guys that are on the phones all the time.
Yeah. Let's jump into sales strategy a little bit.
Sure.
Obviously you get some new guys in there. What advice, what training techniques are you giving them to, those new guys? What are you giving them as far as tools to just be successful, be able to do their job, to be able to have some fun and feel like they're accomplishing something?
Well, first of all, the easiest part of their day is when they're looking for leads on eCarrierCheck. That's number one.
Thank you.
But so first thing I do is we give them a training, just like they might be. I don't hire, first of all, experience ever. I hire personality every single time. Like if someone comes in here and they're like, yeah, I've been a waiter for 10 years and I don't know anything about transport. But the guy knows that, like, he comes in and he's like, man, I like your shirt. The details are really cool. And little things like that. Or I'll hire people that work at clothing stores because they pay attention to details. Like anybody who's very detailed can be an amazing salesperson because they listen, they care, they're paying attention to everything. One of my best guys he's getting old. I think he's 31 now. He's been with Journey. He's been with Journey since he's about, since he's been 24. Wow. And he was a waiter. And he was a waiter at where I used to bring my kids for their first communions and baptisms and all that stuff. And we became buddies. He was always my guy. And then he's like, I'm leaving this industry. I'm like, yeah, you're working at Journey. Let's go. And he's like one of my top sales guys. He's amazing. Kills it. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is insane. I love that. I think personality is everything. It also just, it's one of those things where I would rather not have old habits, or I don't know. I just like the way personality and culture kind of flex in, and it allows your team and building to just kind of explode, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. That's what it's all about. You bring in somebody who's supposed to have all this experience, and sometimes it's just doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. I hear it right away. The inflection on the phone when somebody's new, I'm like, they're going to make it. It might take them a year. Might not take them a year, but you see it first of all. So we use if you want to get back to kind of like what we do, we start a little bit of training on operations, like nothing crazy. We don't want them booking loads. We just want them to know what a skid is, what a truck is, what a flatbed is, and all that kind of good stuff. Because after that, if they're good on the phone and they can get the right information from the client, then we just let the ops team take it over from there.
I love that. Yeah, it's interesting. And you like walk out on the interstate and you're like, that's a 53-foot dry van. And you know what I mean? You start telling them like the different types of equipment and they're like, why is it a van, bro? I'm I'm just telling you, that's what it's called in this industry.
they got no idea.
Yeah, they don't care.
I find the guys that actually they come in here, they don't know. The ones that really study hard I have a window right here onto the local Highway 40 here in Montreal. And, you could there's 53-footers zipping by, flatbed. So sometimes when I have the guys in my office, I'm just like, box truck, flatbed, step deck, drop deck. That baby's got this on there. And they're like, wow. But if you don't know, right? But you need to know, right? If you're delivering somewhere that doesn't have a dock, or you're delivering it to a retail store, or you get lucky and you get a home delivery. Oh God.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that completely.
It's going bad. So, but there's all kinds of things, and obviously, you guys. How long have you guys been in the business now together?
So eCarrierCheck's been around for 2.5 years now. So, Nate and I've been grinding for a while now. Nate comes to the table with mental health and working with kids background.
Love it.
I do too. Honestly, that was the first thing I was like, this is the guy. He's just got a different drive to him. He's got a different why to him. Like why is he here and what's he doing? I've been around since 2008. So I originally started at Nebraska Transport as an LTL sales guy.
Nice.
But prior to that, I was in jewelry. So I worked for Tiffany and Company before that. And literally, I remember my first week, I was making cold calls. This is when you actually went and did cold calls in person. And I walked into this place, and this is so funny. It was kind of that mentality, be curious, not judgmental. Because sometimes when you're working a pipeline list or a prospecting list, you're like, this guy's got his own trucks. I'm not calling him. I literally walked into this company, and I was like, hey, I just want to talk to somebody about how you guys move your freight and see if I can help you, move a skid or two, because we're just an LTL company. And they go, this old lady, she looks at me, and this is how old it is. She looks at me, and she's smoking in this building. She goes, honey, what we do? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you do? She goes, we just control water. We don't have freight. And I literally walked into the irrigation district, and I thought they had freight. I was like, well, whatever. But I'm a big fan of that, that mentality. When you're looking at your pipeline, you gotta just go, hey, they may need some help, because you can skip over a list and just say, I don't know about them.
And you never know. You never know what you're walking into, or I remember when I was a sales. So I was a sales guy. I was just your average sales guy when I started out. And it was awesome because I started a journey, like I guess that's 100 years ago, and this is what it was. It was, all right, Jeff, welcome to the team. Here's a pad, paper. Just look on the internet and just call some guys. Just like say, hey. I'm like, what? So I'd worked before for Titleist and Cobra Golf. So I was in the golf industry before. So super corporate, super like structured memos, whatever it was. There it was like I got this paper, and it's true. In the office, people were like smoking, and I just put my nose down. I started making calls. But one of the first companies I called, and I remember everybody in my office was like, "Don't call there." It was into Idaho. So I cold called Idaho, and I got this company, and they were like, "What are you doing calling? Don't call Idaho." Turns out all their shipping is out of Knoxville, Tennessee, going to Canada. And they had a shipment a day, every day of the year. And we won that. We won that like immediately. And that's kind of how I started out. Like it just was like, okay, I got some business now, baby. And we did a great job for the customer, and it was amazing. But to your point, you just don't give up on anything. You never know. Like maybe that water guy, sure, they don't ship, but those maybe some water jugs that got to go in there, or the gaskets for the pipes in the filtration plant, filters, something, you never know.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we're doing cold calls today, Jeff. Obviously trying to connect with the gatekeeper or, whomever you may, the start of the sales process can be a little bit challenging. How do you connect with people? Like what's the mantra for you when you're trying to start? What's the strategy at the very beginning?
Okay, so this is the biggest thing I could tell anybody. Okay, and I've seen this mistake happen there's two things actually. Number one, whoever answers that phone, no matter who it is, you're like, hey, how's it going? How's your day? You'd be very nice to them. And in life you should just be nice to everybody anyways. But whoever answers that phone, and ask them their name. Who am I speaking to? Like that person that maybe the receptionist, nobody asked them. They're just like, they blow them off. They're not nice to them. Just like totally ask them how they're doing and ask them what their name is. Now you could connect. Now you could say their name to them. And there's a little bit of instantly you got a little bit of a personality going on. So the second point to that is that I can't tell you how many times that person's the one that takes care of giving out the freight. They might not be in charge of the RFQs or the pricing or getting, like all that stuff. They may be the one that's handing everything out. Now you're friends with them. They like you. And if they like you, they're going to help you get through as the gatekeeper. Like, this Jeff guy's okay. I'm gonna get him through. And the second thing, which is super important, and if they ask you why you're calling, I never go into crazy sales pitch. Like, hi, my name is Jeff with Journey Freight, and we're an international freight forwarder with offices all over the world. Would you be interested in our services? Then you get the big, all right, have a nice day. You're gone. I'll just be like, hey, I've just given you guys a quick call. I got a truck like right around the corner from you and looking to go back to Canada. And they're like, oh, so it's like calling with a reason, because everybody goes into that flight and fight mode, right? And they just don't want to, like, who the hell's this? Why is he calling me? What's this guy all about? But if you're calling with a reason, you're not threatening, you're just calling them up, and usually it'll work out and you get through, and then you get into whoever you need to, decision maker or the traffic manager or the head shipper, logistics coordinator, whoever you need to talk to. So that's kind of been my approach. I teach that, and everybody here does that.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I'm a big fan of that. You know, obviously we got some people watching today. If you guys have questions for Jeff, you know, throw them in the comments. We'd love an opportunity to have him answer these and see what his strategy is. So, Jeff, let's go, man. Let's make a call. Let's see where this goes. I'm excited to kick her off.
All right. You want me to start this baby off here?
Yeah.
I've been at Journey 23 years. I need glasses now. You know?
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm in denial right now. I've noticed that things are not coming in the clear, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about this right now. Turn 41, you'd swear I'm a mess.
Oh my God! Listen, tell me about it. I mean, I'm right. I've been wearing these things for probably about 10 years now, so whatever. I'm used to it now. If you got to make a cold call, you got to put the glasses on. All right, let's try this here.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, so I'll give you some background if you want on this quick call. When we were at the TIA, we had a drink at a bar, and this lovely lady was sitting there, and she was at a covering show in Orlando. So I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing in Orlando? So they were at the covering show. So she gave me the contact for the shipper at their company. I haven't called them yet. I've been holding on to this one. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this baby goes.
I love that. I love the comment. Glasses on means game on.
Hi, this is Jessica with Architectural Mercantile. I am currently away from my desk. If you'd like to leave a voicemail, please do so, and I'll return it as soon as possible.
I'm going to leave one.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key.
Hey, Jessica, Jeff at Journey Freight. How's it going? Hey, could you give me a call back, please? Try me on my cell, 514-246-5058. Have a great day. So I'm not a big lover of leaving voicemails, but I just had a good vibe there. I just feel...
You know what I do like? I mean, it's not really necessarily a cold lead. It's a warm lead here. You matter. I love your voice reflection is wonderful. You sound like somebody I want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it, man. It really, I mean, for a voicemail, it was short, simple. It was less than 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's keep going, brother. You're killing it right now. Let's go.
So this other one, this is a good one because this is one of my others. I got a sales guy out there, and I went into his files, and it's one of the shippers, and I checked. He hasn't put this in as a sales lead. So if I get this is going to be hilarious because I'll go out on the floor and I'll mock him in front of everybody. So
Hey, John, what's up, man?
Thank you for calling Denison Pharmaceuticals. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at 8.
But with a bit of distance.
So it's all looking good. Okay, we won't bother wasting our time. I got another one ready to rock.
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing about calls, right? Like sometimes they're good one day, sometimes they suck. But whatever, you got to put a smile on your face, just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh, this one just died out. Got 2 numbers for this guy. I got this guy's cell number. No idea who I'm calling here, guys.
There we go. I love it. Sugar Blues, right? Tire killer.
I know. What's up, brother?
Good morning, Alexander speaking.
Hey, Alexander, how's it going?
I'm doing good. Who's calling, please?
Awesome, brother. It's Jeff with Journey Freight up in Montreal. How you doing down there?
I'm good. How may I help you?
Well, listen, we did a shipment from Acme Engineering a couple months ago to you guys, and I just wanted to call, introduce myself, and see what else you got going on these days. Have you been shipping anything up to those guys in Canada?
I mean, what kind of shipping you did?
Yeah, we brought this one of your electric steam super heaters down to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you remember that one? It was like back in February.
Yeah.
So have you been? What do you guys been doing? You guys been busy?
Yeah, we manufacture here vegetable oil.
Yeah. And where do you guys ship to, Alex?
You know, I'm an engineer. You know, I don't necessarily know about transportation.
Great.
You know,
Who could I talk to about that?
That's a good question. Maybe let me try to find some numbers.
You're amazing. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not on the same page because again I'm an engineer. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, actually, I called the main number, but I had your cell number, so I called you, and I knew you'd help me.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me maybe
All right.
suggest someone.
Thanks. Are you living in Jersey?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not a Canadian always.
I didn't think you were Canadian.
Yeah, so I can suggest one name, right? I don't even know. That's our supply chain leader.
That's perfect. That's exactly who I need. That's amazing. Who is it?
His name is Bill Patron. Bill Bill.
Yeah.
And the last name is Patron. Petrone.
I love Patron. Okay, perfect. What's his number?
His number is 732.
Yep.
245.
Yep.
6302.
Alex, thank you so much.
No problem.
You have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Same to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good stuff.
On to the next. All right, not bad. We'll see what old Bill Patron is all about. We'll try him next. I might have been a little long-winded talking to that guy. I should have just maybe realized he wasn't the main guy right off the bat, but it's okay. Seemed like a good dude.
I was going to say, I thought you killed it, man.
Me
I
too.
mean, what a great little kind of interaction there. We've got some questions for you, though, real quick, Jeff, before you call Bill. Here's an interesting one. When you get a voicemail, what is your approach on leaving them to get calls back? What do you do if I just get an email for a contact? Give me some thoughts here.
Sorry, which one? When you get a voicemail one on the bottom?
Yeah. The first.
Sorry, what did you say? I love Patron. Which one is it again? Sorry, I'm just looking it over there.
Yep, it's one with Jacob DeSursa here. He asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get a voicemail, that is your approach on leaving them on callback. What do you do if you just get an email for a call? Okay, that's cool. I mean, I like getting an email is actually really good. It means that you're in a qualifying stage now. You've got something. It's the right person. I like I said, I don't leave a lot of voicemails. If I'm vibing it and I would much rather, like he just said, get an email. So if I get somebody's voicemail, I'll often hit 0 and get the receptionist and be like, hey, because now you got the guy's name. So I'm going to write down, hey, I just got Jacob's voicemail. Can I have their email address? And then I'll fire off like a nice intro. Nothing too crazy on the email either. Not like this big, long, stupid with like videos on it, stuff like that. It's just like, boom, like a little bit on the kill. Like, hey, Jacob, it's Jeff from Journey Freight. I just called you, got your voicemail, have some trucks for you. Give me a call when you have a chance. Something like really, really basic. And if they want more to it, then I'll get into it. Especially if they end up being like a really big client. But you just want them to bite a little bit. That's it.
Definitely. We got another one too. Here's another good question. Is there a day of the week that cold calls seem to have more success? For example, Fridays and Mondays are common days to be out of the office, especially during good weather. That's a good question.
That's an awesome question. I hate Fridays, first of all. Fridays are usually like, I know myself, I'm usually like might be out and about on a Friday as well. So I don't mind Mondays, to be quite honest. I find them to be pretty good, but you're right. Mondays could sometimes be, people are just like, they're stressed and they're a little bit busy and they might not pick up the phone. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for sure, rock and roll. Like, and always, my rule of thumb has always been cold calls in the morning, follow-ups in the afternoon. So people,
Awesome. And of course, you love Patron. I love that too. Here's an interesting one, John. I'm going to actually chime in on this too. What are your thoughts on calling your cell number on initial cold call too personal? Well, I was actually talking to a freight broker last week, and he actually had the number of the shipper. It was a personal cell. Ended up calling. He's like, hey, who is this? Even texted him, and the shipper was like, yeah, this is very inappropriate. So that shipper manager did not like that personal contact. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, like, I don't give a shit. I just want to.
I love you, man.
So if they're going to tell me no, they're going to tell me no. I'm just going to call. I'll call any number. But, it could be, but that guy's probably a little bent out of shape. You're not going to want to work with him anyways. Right? You give him a call. Like, I got clients, they text me all the time. It's all cell phone. So call the cell. Call them up. You're going to get them. You might not get them on their office line.
Right. Ever. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
I love that. Yeah, any number you can get, in my opinion, just run, and whatever happens, in my opinion. So,
yeah. For sure. Are you? Should we roll with some Patron here?
Let's keep cooking, man.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Title Killer. If that's the number you have in a while, yeah. Thanks for being here again, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
I think this is his cell, by the way.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
It got forwarded to you.
732
Kiss of death voicemail.
Yeah.
Right. No name. No nothing.
No, just get rid of it.
We're gonna take this guy and put him over here.
Good stuff.
All right, you want me to keep rolling here or what?
Yeah, let's do a few more. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I got some stuff here. This is fun.
Yeah, I think so too. I love cold calls. Live cold calls are fun. You can kind of break them down and feel it.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Amazing. Who am I speaking with?
This is Penny.
Hey, Penny. It's Jeff with Journey Freight up in Montreal.
Hi.
Hey, what's cooking? What's cooking in Jersey today? Everything's good?
Yeah.
Nice. 1 week away till the big long weekend. It's exciting. We get one. We get one up here. It's like we got a holiday on the Monday. They call it Victoria Day.
Yeah, that's on the calendar.
Nice. Hey, listen, I'm just calling today. So we're a transport company up in Montreal. We did a delivery to you guys, and I just wanted to see like who's in charge of shipping.
That's Lori.
Lori? Nice. Can I speak with her?
She's actually not available right now. Can I have her call you back?
That would be amazing.
Is there something that say Journey?
Yeah, Journey Freight, like the band.
Journey Freight.
Yeah.
And is it strictly like Canada to US or vice versa?
Well, actually, no. It could be for your intra-US business as well. We have an office not far from you, actually in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And maybe we'll start doing business. And when I'm in Philly, I'll come and say hi to you guys.
Okay. What was your name?
It's Jeff.
And what's your phone number?
Okay, it's my cell. It's 514-246-5058.
058. Okay.
Amazing. Nice meeting you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Cheers.
You too.
Bye. Let's see if this is. I got my cell ringing. Let's see what it's all about.
Heck yeah.
If it's bad, I'm getting rid of it. Good morning, Jess speaking.
That's awesome.
Scam phone call.
Oh my gosh.
Jared gets those all
I
day.
do. It's just ridiculous. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, I
Ryan,
got excited. I was like, "Is this a callback?"
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, this is it.
This is a good one.
Last time I took a phone call live, I think it was a confirmation email or a confirmation phone call of my doctor's appointment like Monday. I'm like, really?
Yeah, thanks. I should have totally bullshitted there. Oh my God, sure, we could do 10 trucks for you tomorrow.
Brian's like, why did you hang up on me? It's so good. Ryan asked an interesting question. How do you set up your pipeline, and what is your process for moving leads through?
So we're using a software called Revenova.
Yeah.
And within it, it's a Salesforce-based CRM that's inside it. So we have like different stages that we set. But one of the biggest things is that we do have some access to leads, but most of the time I want my guys sourcing that way they're a little bit more involved. They know who they're calling. So I give everybody time each day to source, because nobody, like my sales guys, I don't want them coming in the morning and like not knowing what they're doing. Like, I got to find some leads to call. And then they're like having coffee and they're not prepared and they do 2 calls a day. So the process is basically they'll source their leads. They have everything. You cannot make a call here without it going through the CRM, except for what I'm doing today. Nothing is in the CRM, but everything, because I want, like, even if it's a bad call, I want the next guy who's going to be making a call to know that was like a shitty lead and I shouldn't be calling it and put a note in. You know, we have like an army of people working here, right? If everybody's doing their part, next thing you know, the data is really good.
Yeah.
So, you know, like what happens in the pipeline, like a lot of times guys might call somebody 10, 15 times and not get anywhere. Right. And then they'll be coming to me. So we'll put it in a stage of could not call or nurture, we call it. So they're not out of their system, but they just they're lingering. And then I usually will take a look at their list with them and be like, okay, let's just enough of these leads. Let's just focus on some good ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Ryan asked, how many calls a day are these guys making?
Yeah. So I like 30 to 50 new calls in the morning, and you could be doing 20 to 30 in the afternoon of follow-ups.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes guys are burnt out. I'm cool with it. Just, you know what? Take it easy today. Do 10 calls in the morning. Do some more research. Cold calling ain't easy. It gets to the head. Sometimes it frustrates you. So you just got to be lenient with everybody and understand their feelings and what's going on, because it can be fun, exhilarating. And when you have a good day going, man, you want to roll all week. And then the next week you just made 200 calls. You're like, I didn't get through to anybody.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I've seen it, you know, just a general observation of what you're doing with the people you're calling today. You're obviously calling people that you brought freight to. Yeah. And I don't know how many people work a bill of lading, but there are so many friggin' leads off bill of ladings, you know, from the shipper to the receiver. You know, obviously we get our leads in this regards, right? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of interesting what you're doing. Yeah. And I love that. I mean, it's just brilliant to be able to kind of just take it up and go, you know what, we've already been there. Right. You know, we want to be here to help. I love that, Jeff. You're really bringing some value today, man. It's just awesome. A lot of questions for you too.
Yeah. Another good one. How do you keep your guys motivated to continue making calls? Yeah.
Wow, that's a great one, because they do get, like what you said, they do get burnt out. We talk a lot. We're positive. Right. We, you know, like, because we have we have a bell in the office. So if we close a deal, we ring a bell. So everybody wants to ring that bell. Everybody's like, I want to make a call too, because I want to get a new customer. It's just a really, it's all about the positive environment. It really is. And obviously we put bonus money in place. You know, I do sales contests all the time, and the sales contests are always about new customers. Like, I don't give a shit if you made $50 or you made 1,000. It's a new customer. Yeah. You know, so that's what it is, because you get one $50, then you get one that, you know, you're gonna make $500 in the load, then you may make you're gonna get a home run. They all kind of add up in the wash at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love that. I say we do. Okay, you got 2 more maybe that you can pull off?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear you on the horn with somebody, and I love the way you I love the way your vibe, man. You got some positive vibes.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Okay, so I got here we go. Texas.
Ooh.
Let's do this. I'm not sure about this one, but we'll see what happens. You know, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Right? 20 loads tomorrow, baby. I got a good story for you after a new salesperson we had in Toronto. You're gonna love this one.
Let's go.
After we close this deal.
I love the mentality.
Me too.
We're gonna close this deal. Let's go.
Hello, is this Tim with Barney?
Hey, good morning. Hola, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Awesome, man. Who am I speaking with?
This is Tim with Barney. Who is this?
Oh, it's Jeff with Journey Freight up in Montreal. Hey, man, listen, I was just checking in with you guys. We did a delivery to you at the McKinney, Texas location from Canada. Who can I talk to about your shipments, whatever's coming in from Canada or within the United States?
We got a strainer from Canada, but that was last year. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what we brought in.
Yeah, what about that shipment?
Well, so we brought it to you, but I was just checking to see what else you must have some other freight that comes to you from other guys. So maybe we could, work with you, do some business.
Oh, so we do not handle freight directly by ourselves. It's always through our vendors.
Okay.
So
it's always customer routed, huh?
It's always customer routed, but I mean, send me a text with your name and number, and maybe like I don't know, do you guys have a website or a business card?
Yeah.
I'll run it up the chain, but most of the times it's usually vendor routed. We don't like buy freight ourselves.
Okay. Hey, you know what would be amazing? If I text you, send me some of the people that send to you, and I'll call them. That would really help me out. I could really use the business now too. It's a bit quiet out there.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Yep.
Oh,
Send me your contact, and I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, bro. I really appreciate you, man.
All right, no problem.
Have a good day. Cheers. That guy was all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
It sounded like he was jogging.
It did sound like something.
It sounded like he was out of breath for sure. I was like, "What are you doing?"
But that's cool. Like, that's one of the that's a rebuttal that we get all the time. It's like, it's like, fuck you. It's customer routed. Conversation over. But you can get a lot out. Like, that guy was cool. Like, I'm gonna ask him. Tell me who your vendors are that are shipping to you. And all of a sudden, I guess got myself a slew of leads from this guy.
Yeah.
This call could be really good.
How often do you get people to tell you they're vendors?
All the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you don't ask, you don't know, right?
You don't ask.
I mean,
I've even called back, like when we're doing training, and the guy's like, okay, and what'd you hang up for? Let's get this guy back on the phone. You call him back up, and you start asking, and then even if you just say, listen, I'll send you my email. Please help me out. It would really be great. And you know what? People are good. Like, if you're nice to them, why wouldn't they help you out?
Brian, he was he-ing and she-ing. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
That's funny.
I guess there's another reason he's out of breath.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Tell us about your sales guy that you said.
Oh yeah,
you
that's
mentioned.
So we hired, it's a sales girl actually in Toronto. She's been with us like just a little over a month. So I have a team lead sales guy that works out of my Toronto office. The guy's a stud. He's amazing. He does pretty much everything I do. He's awesome. So he's managing these guys in Toronto, but he was away on vacation. So she started, so I'm going to fly in and hang out with you for a couple of days. So day 2 comes along. We have the other sales guys in there, and she hasn't made a call yet. So I said, I think you're ready. She goes, I am? Am I ready? I'm like, you're ready. So she picks up the phone. She gets the guy on the phone, and she's on speakerphone. And she goes, they answer. She goes, okay, listen, It's my first day at a new job. I'm a sales girl in transport, and please, God, give me your business. And the guy starts dying. I'm crying, laughing. The guy was super cool. He got all the contact information from him. It was great.
Oh my gosh!
That
First
was the best first call ever.
that definitely takes the cake. I mean, that's so
Hey,
good.
we got to start somewhere. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Like,
gosh!
she picked up the phone. That's awesome.
Good for her. Yeah, if you don't know the terminology, if you're not from the industry, you can really kind of fumble for the first 6 months, you know.
Yeah,
So it's kind of that's pretty entertaining, actually. I love that.
for sure.
I love that. Well, Jeff, you brought the house today,
You
man.
did, man.
You honestly are
Thank you.
so full of energy. You have such great charisma, and I think that's so important in sales. I think you just have to have that feng shui about you, man, and you do.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys do too. I love you guys. I mean, just the second we met each other in the boat, I was like, these guys are my boys. We're having some fun.
Yeah. We connected immediately, man. It's a rare, it's rare when that happens, and you just had that good vibe. It's like we were friends for years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do got a question for you though. If you could go back to your first 6 months, getting in this industry, what tips or tools or advice would you give yourself?
Wow, that's awesome, because a lot of guys, and I made this mistake. Like I told you before, one of my first customers that I closed, I called Idaho, but I did well. I closed the deal because they had an office or they were shipping out of Tennessee. But what the hell am I doing calling Idaho? I'm in Canada, for God's sakes. It's like a bad move. It's like, so you got to know your markets. Like, we're Canadian, we're in Montreal. Why would I call Wyoming? Why would I call Idaho? Why would I call Washington? These are just bad ideas. You got to hit spots that freight's going to come to Canada, because that's your good opener, right? As a Canadian sales team, right? You want to call out and ask, do you have any freight coming to Canada? It's a really easy sales pitch. Like if I call Wyoming, hey, do you have anything coming to Canada? They're going to be like, we don't even have freight. What are you calling me for?
That's good stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
Jeff, I appreciate you being on. Thank you for the opportunity. We got to have you on again, because I loved it. This was a lot of fun. Nate, close us out, man. Obviously, eCarrierCheck, we provide leads, we do sourcing, we do vetting on carriers. It's kind of a dirty market right now with finding the right carriers. Give us a rundown. How do people get in touch with eCarrierCheck?
Yeah, well, if you need to get in touch with Jeff or us, we got our information in the description of this video. Get in touch with us at eCarrierCheck.com. Come schedule yourself a demo. Let's find some leads for you and start making some killer calls like Jeff did today, right? So, but come talk to us. We want to help you grow your business and just have a connection.
Yeah, truly. I've always believed this, and this is why we built this platform. Right. You're literally one relationship away from changing your life. And that's what we're here to do today. Right. Jeff, thanks for being on, brother. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will talk a little later, man.
Pleasure, guys. Great audience you have as well. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Thanks.